Hey, this is Rick at Hit Run Candlesticks. Today's date is February 13th, 2025, and this is the midday charts and targets. We'll get started here in just a second. Hey, everyone. How are you doing out there? Man, this market, wow, this market's really having a tough time. So we've got this, whoops, wrong little tool here. We start with this high over here. We came down and made a lower high. We came down and made a lower high. We're actually making a lower high now. And we're just having a horrible time trying to get over this downtrend line here. With that said, we're still bullish. I mean, we're still up. We're still following this lower trend line up. Price is still above the T-line. T-line is still above the trend indicator, and the trend indicator is still above the 50-period moving average right here. So overall, I think the market is bullish. A lot of caution, though, a lot of caution. The Qs, looks like we're taking out that downtrend line today, at least for now. Whether or not we close above that, I mean, what is it? It's only 1 p.m. Eastern, so there's still more time to go. Oh, and yeah, let's not forget Monday's a holiday, so that could throw a little wrench into things. Make sure you're holding what you want to hold. That extra day sometimes will drive a person crazy waiting for the market to open up. But anyway, I think we're bullish there. If we take a look at T2123, it's not giving us any help whatsoever. Let me put it up here and go the 60-minute. There we go. You can see it's not giving us much help at all. If you look back, say up until January 31st, well, we could use this as well, but let's use this. Let's use this January 31st area. Look at before that. That's what I would call a beautiful T2123. And you can see ever since then, we've just kind of gone sideways. I mean, we got a little bullish right here, say from that February 4th till it started to flatten out here, February 7th for 3 days in there. And you can see where we are now. So there's not a lot of help there. There's not a lot of information other than we're not, ripping bullish and we're not ripping bearish here either. So anyway, that's it's kind of what I see in the market right now. Few charts that are looking pretty good, I think. RKT, I think RKT is still holding up well. Rounded bottom breakout here. Piton, you see Piton? Look at that. Let's get rid of all those lines there. And let's come over here and we'll put, we need to break out right here clearly. And then once we break out, targets I'll be looking at somewhere around there, around that 10 and a quarter, 1070 maybe. So Piton looks pretty good. CPNG is looking fantastic here. A nice. Let's get this out. You can see we've ran up and then kind of a J-hook continuation pattern. So right now we've got a nice little breakout here on CPNG. ASML, I think, is another nice chart. Rounded bottom breakout. We're challenging that dotted deuce right in here, and we're winning it. So that looks really, really good. Still looking for the 200-period moving average. That's what we look for. Max trade for the rounded bottom breakout. Chart can go higher, but the trade is right through there, and that's looking really good. Great gap down, gap up on earnings, island reversal down here. So that's looking super. Let's look at QBTS. I think this might be a nice chart. I think it needs to break out and then maybe rest a little bit for an entry. So certainly viable in here with a stop. It, you know, it needs to get over $7 before it can fill that gap right in there. But that may be a trade through for somebody here, or a breakout and a pullback on that one. MDLZ, this is one I'm in, and it's still working out. We bought it 3 days ago. That's still moving right up here. I expect a little bit of rest, a little bit of pullback before we get to the 50% line up here. I expect a little pullback. Depending on the pullback, whether or not I'll close it or maybe even add to it on that pullback. GSK, that's another one I think set up nice, headed for the 200 period moving average and maybe higher. Another round, this is not a perfect rounded bottom breakout, but the mechanism is all there. We've got this gap, and then we've pulled back to 3/8 trap. This is what we call a gap and trap. Very nice setup on this, looking for that 200. Apple is doing a good job. We're still holding Apple, and here we're clearing that 50 period moving average. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's a little rest, whether it's today, maybe we get a pullback, giving us a little wick up here. Maybe Monday, whoops, we're closed Monday. So maybe Monday we move up, and then from there maybe kind of rest a little bit. And we could go higher before we rest. Back here, let's just move this line up there. We could get to 247 and then rest. That's real possible too. But I do expect a rest. I mean, that's just the normal flow of a chart. SMCI, bought that today, currently up 11.5% on it. Rounded bottom breakout, setting up here. Not setting up, I mean, it's fact. So price is above the 50, T-line, trend indicator above the 50. Targets I have around this 47.90 area, around 50. And then up here at the 200, and then this is the 50% retracement of this level right through here. So of just about $100. That's going to be that 50% retracement line. So that one's looking pretty good. A couple of charts on the scanner here. I think DDD. Look how DDD is setting up. Just pop, 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 pop. Doing a nice move to the upside. Here we've broken out. Let's see what path looks like. There's path. Path needs to break out here. It's kind of struggled on that trend line. It's doing everything we've asked it to do for the scanner. Now we just need to break out. We could be good to go there. We'll take a look at tall. There's tall moving up. I'm looking around at some other scan ideas. What does MG look like? Oh, big gap up. Well, there. So, yeah. Anyway, we need to break out. Of course, if we don't and we pull back, we could come right back down to this trend line here and then start bouncing right back up. There's one thing I'm pretty confident of. I don't think we can get too much. We can't just keep going to the right here. I think something is going to happen. We've got these lows and we've got these highs. We can. Whoops, that's a little big. There we go. We could tighten up a little bit more. But somewhere in here, there's going to be kind of a little explosion. Now, I certainly can't say we're going to go to the upside. I certainly can't say we're going to go to the downside. I don't necessarily think there's anything in here that would suggest we're going to go one way or another right now. The only thing I look at this point, I think we're still bullish, and that as I stated before, price above the T-line above the trend indicator, and we're above the 50. So that remains to the bullish side. But I just can't, man, I wish I could nail down what are we going to do here. That's a big question. I know I did talk to a few people today, kind of on a private message sort of thing, and some people are buying puts up here. Okay, I'm not generally a buyer on long or short till I get that confirmation. So I would need that. But hey, if you're buying puts and we fall, great. That's terrific there. All right, let's see. A couple questions here. Hey, Rosita, how are you? When you have a small account and you pick, sorry, it moved on me, and you pick a contract, which is more viable, time or delta? I always go for time. Time is always something for me. So I want plenty of time. Okay, plenty of time is what I want. Delta, it's always safer to buy in the money. It's always safer to do that. And here, let me pull this over for you. So let's see, SMCI. Let me move this down. There we go. Yeah, it's always safer to buy in the money. I think I mentioned this the other night. Generally, I buy in the money, but I do stray out of the money sometimes. Now, as far as delta goes, there's I like to buy, where's my yellow? Here we go. I do like to buy around that 70 mark. I could even go to 68. That would work for me. Now you can see on that SMCI, there's what I bought. So here's what you're kind of up against with a small account. And this is my small account, the account we call the Road to Wealth account, the account we aim to double in 12 months, okay? So here's something you run into with a small account. And I don't know how small your account is. This account is, I don't know, is it sitting somewhere in here? It's about $5,000, okay? I hit it. Okay, yeah, I hit it so I could hide my account number, all right? But it's right at $5,000. So I call that a small account. Now, what I run into, and why did I buy this? Well, there was open interest of over 29,000 there, and it's cheaper. Let me try a different color so we don't get all crazy here. It was cheaper than buying up here. So sometimes you have to make those calls there, okay? Now, one way to get around it is if you can't afford this, then don't buy SMCI. It's real simple, okay? Just don't buy it. Only buy stocks that one can afford for your account. That's one way to do it. The other way is to do it like I'm doing here. I just drop down in delta, which some people, they don't, you don't dig that. You want that 70 area, which, okay, that's fine. Every trader is every trader. But anyway, that's why I chose this one. I could more afford this. I didn't want it to chew all of my count up, and this would have really started chewing in the count a little bit more. So that's what I did there. Now, so one of the things you can do, like I said, is don't trade stocks you can't afford. And I don't mean you personally, Rosetta. This is me too, because I'm in the Road to Wealth account. That's a small account. I've got this, which I think it's titled incorrectly. Let me go look. And here, I'll show you what I have here. Price range. Nope, it is. It's titled correctly. This is stocks under $70, okay? Under $70. So one of the cool things you can do with the scanner, if you haven't, is you can set up your scans and you can put a minimum and maximum price in there, which helps you only look at stocks you can afford. Now, just because it's under $70, 70 doesn't mean that a $70 stock is something that I can afford at a 70 delta, okay? Sometimes you can't. Now, if you feel like you want to lower that number, the lower you go with that number, the more apt you are to be able to afford the majority of stocks that come up. So that's one way of handling it, all right? I hope that was helpful. Let's see, Rosetta, did I answer your question? I want to make sure I did that. Here's while we're here, GRPN. You can see we're breaking out of that little pop out of the box right now, right in there. Great, Rosetta. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, thanks a lot. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I absolutely appreciate it. If you don't mind, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share the video if you like. Also be reminded that every day, Monday through Friday, except for tomorrow, the 14th, we do a live charts and target show starting at 8:45 a.m. in the morning. Okay? Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate you watching the video. You guys all have a good day.